Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian and this is Crusader Kings 2, and today we're going to get the achievement Black Pope. Now Black Pope initially sounds very similar to Black Bishop, but it is not, let me assure you, it is quite different in fact. You as always start in 1242 as Kagan Batu, the wonderful, the amazing Kagan of the Golden Horde. And the way this works is essentially that you need any priest in your realm to become Pope after you corrupted him. To corrupt someone you need to be a Satanist, so the first step of course is, hey, let's just go and divorce your wife. It is important of course that you are not zealous when you start out here, so that you can actually convert. If your character rolls zealous, if Kagan Batu in your world is zealous, then you have to restart. After you divorce your wife, go on and marry any Catholic lady that you can find, and then as soon as she's here, convert to her faith. I'm creating some duchies here just to get some additional piety and prestige, prestige I should say, not piety, because with that prestige we can then go on and subjugate some things. Now the thing about this is, if you want to corrupt a priest, you have to be a level 2 member of the Satanists. For that you need dark power, and for that you need to wait 3 years. You will see this here. And what I did initially here is I essentially just joined the Satanists as soon as I turned Catholic, and you know, you gotta wait because they recruit you. There's a period where you can't really do anything, and in that period I utilized my armies to just, you know, kind of pillage the Ukrainian lands. I don't think, you know, that you need to do this. You can do anything else really. It doesn't necessarily matter what we are doing here, but as you can tell, it is working out just fine. The additional prestige and money will carry us forward a bit more. Now the difference, by the way, that is between Black Bishop and Black Pope is that the Black Bishop needs, of course, this is a different achievement, there's also a video on the channel, needs to be a wicked priest, but, and this is the most important thing, he needs to be elected to the College of Cardinals before becoming the Pope. Now in this one you don't need a cardinal to be the man that you make the Pope. And here we come, by the way, to the topic of dark power. So what we do is I just go to a random priest, I keep imprisoning him, and then I sacrifice him to Satan. I do this to this particular priest, to this particular bishopric a couple of times, because it is 100 points per sacrifice priest. Some of the priests actually escape, but, you know, honestly, just don't worry about it. When you do this, your vassals will hate you, but you don't actually need the approval of your vassals. Your vassals can suck it, because you have 100,000 troops, which is, of course, the huge benefit of this entire starting area. So the way it works, I just amass a lot of dark power here so that in 3 years I can spend 750 to level up, and then the required ones to corrupt someone. Because even if the first corruption failed, I could then go on and corrupt some more. As you can see, we then declare a subjugation war. We are doing this because there are a lot of priests in the Holy Roman Empire, and all of those priests are Catholic, and all of those priests could theoretically be corrupted in case one of them doesn't work out and then be pushed for the anti-pope. As you can see here, I just, you know, take anything. In the subjugation war, you just need to siege down, you need to assault all of the holdings. There's nothing really there to be lost. There's nothing really there to be gained. You can also see me here, you know, kind of gaming, or trying to, capital G gamer, trying to kind of work around the College of Cardinals. It is not required. I want to reiterate this. For Black Bishop, you need to have your bishop be on the Cardinals College, and then you can push his claim to Pope, to the papacy, as the anti-pope. Otherwise, it will not count. For this one, the bishop that you press, or whose claim you press to put him into the papacy, does not need to be a cardinal. I think I kind of forgot about that when I recorded this video, but I really just want to reaffirm this. It's not a loss that I'm working on this anyway, because we need to wait for 3 years until we can corrupt anyone, and as long as that is not, you know, as long as nobody has been corrupted, we don't really need to change anything that we are doing. You just need to play the waiting game until 1245, seeing as the game started in 1242. What you can see here now is that I essentially decided, and I should have done that earlier, or rather I could have done that earlier, nothing is lost, to settle as feudal. If you settle as feudal, you get access to the law that is investiture, and you want to change that law to free investiture. You can see I recruited a couple of yes-men, and I then just went on and filled the entire council with yes-men, requested some council support and whatnot, and then pushed through free investiture. Free investiture is absolutely required if you want to go on and actually push an anti-pope. Now again, you could theoretically, I suppose, have a corrupted priest go onto the College of Cardinals and then be elected as the Pope, but that would take significantly longer. All you really need to do is just sit there and wait until you are level 2, corrupt someone, and then push their claim to the papacy. And to push the claim, again, you need to be the leader on the topic of investiture. The Pope does not have the right to do it in your realm, and that is a good thing. You can see me literally just waiting here. Isn't that amazing, these achievements here, where we are too fast for the game and we have to wait on the game to catch up to the idea that we can already do this. Now, as you can see here, I was still talking to some people. I got this Cardinal Gabroni, I think is his name, I can't quite tell. I got him under control, and he's a cardinal, which is nice and everything, again, not required. But what I did here was a bit of a mistake. I leveled up now, and then I thought, hey, let's just corrupt that guy that we voted into the College of Cardinals, right? Because to push a papacy claim, you need at least, I think it's just a count. It might be a duchy, I'm not entirely sure, that your bishop needs to hold before he can push his claim, but I think it is actually just a county anyway, so having an important vassal on the College of Cardinals can't hurt either way. But the mistake that I made here, essentially, Cardinal Gabrino was corrupted, and by the way you 100% corrupt every time is you pick the first option to find some vices, and then you pick the second option, which is besiege the power of Satan, and it will always work, it will always corrupt them 100% of the time. At least in my experience. I've done this a couple of times just to see. And as you can see, seeing as the now corrupted priest, which is the only requirement that we need, was a vassal of the King of Sicily, I needed to defeat the King of Sicily and then revoke the vassalage. I needed to retract the vassalage of the King of Sicily, and we did that right here. Then I declared him the anti-Pope Sergius V and went on to push his claim. And I mean, from there, I think it's fairly easy to see what exactly was done. Just remember, subjugate the HRE. As a Christian, of course, become a Satanist so that you don't have to wait for too long, and then just go on, free investiture, corrupt a priest, and you are good to go with pushing the claim to the papacy. Again, it's nice to have a College of Cardinals filled with your cardinals, but it really doesn't matter. And once you put Pope Sergius V, the usurper on the throne, Black Pope, will trigger for you as well. So that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this achievement video. If you have any more achievements that you in particular want to be done on this channel, then let me know. I want to thank the members of the channel, namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snowwolf, Emma, Mamello, Thomas, and Lachlan, as well as the Counts Kermelik 2, Shifty, Ixum the Naughty, and Wombat. And last but not least, of course, the beautiful Dukes, Suspicious Duck, Benedict, Nathan, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, Lexo, Roboman, My Dad Left Me at Arby's, and the absolute legends, Eric and Aiden. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. You are what keeps this channel running. And if you also want to support the channel, then check out the join button right under the video. I will see all of you in the next video. Later, alligator.